With recording. Can we go for the income?
Let's go. First one for the week. So is RG starting or what? Is RG starting or power of the bomb squad or what?
Can you hear us now?
Hy klink baie beter nou.
Hey, Francois?
Dit is ook net 'n vraag vir RG. RG het redelike baie rugby die jaar saam met Johnny Barrett gespeel by Leinster net speel.
What is it different? Thanks, dankie Rassie, dankie RG. Rassie, ek gaan jou nou maar in Engels vra. What is the big difference for you in the build up to this rugby champs and last year's rugby champs? And what would be the big advantage for you?
I think the build-up. You mean the All Black game specifically, or the whole?
Is the filter? What's up with the filter? You see the filter being used on this clip here? Is this even recording? I need you up there, mate. Is this a Castle / Coca-Cola thing that all the red logos must be like so red and everything else so blend? What's going on here?
Yes.
The All Black game, obviously now, we all only has one game, all four teams. So I guess it's pretty open. And yeah, last year we obviously it wasn't the same. And we're playing New Zealand away from home. I mean that's a massive challenge. We would have loved to win the first two games against Australia, but we only achieved it in one. And we're currently third on the table. So I guess all four teams, I guess Australia's tail is a little bit up and now obviously feel good about themselves because they're really playing well. But yeah, I think us in New Zealand, none of us are really hitting our straps currently. They had a loss and we had one loss. And yeah, we are big rivals. We've been coming a long time. We've been really close the last couple of years, even so in the World Cup final. So for us, yeah, history is obviously a big thing, and there's a big thing made about the whole Eden Park and so on. So for us, no, it's weak. We hope that we can do well, but I guess in New Zealand will be with the pressure that I can see that people put on them currently. We're experiencing very much the same. So I guess it's two teams that have a hell of a lot of respect for each other. But then also, internally, I think both teams believe they can win the match.
It's a quick follow-up. Does it give a bit of a World Cup feel that you're on tour and the team is together for more than a week? It's not just a one-off test.
Hey there. So you decided to register as a potential lifesaver, and you're probably wondering what happens.
Yeah, well, it's more like a tour. I mean, we've been together.
I was about to say, I'm like, why is it taken to a World Cup? What happened to just tour? Like, what happened to just being on tour? It feels like a World Cup.
For 11 weeks now, I think, even before the incoming series and the Barbarians game and so on. So we've been in camp for a really long time, and most of the time we're anyway, together either in Johannesburg or Cape Town or wherever we were based. Yeah, we can't really say that this tour will make it a little bit different. We're just away from our South African supporters, which we love to be in front of. So, there's a couple of us here, but no, us being together this 2 weeks away from home, the only difference is there's less South Africans here. So, no, it's I've been touring here since 1994 in New Zealand as a player, and it's never easy. Yeah, I as a player, I won as a player here. We've drawn once 1 year since I've been involved in the coaching team. So for us, it's always tough and nerve-wracking and a tough week. And I guess it's the same for New Zealand. So yeah, being together and being here for a couple of days more, we've been together for 11, 12 weeks. So there's not any difference in that.
Why is there no order with this press conference? What happened to sticking to one language for the first part and then switching to the other one and then the other one? And then, I mean, you've got 9 of them. We can't make fruit salad out of languages, bro. Why are we on Afrikaans? Percy's gonna go Afrikaans as well.
Thank you so much, Zina. Good day, Rassie. Good day, RG. Zina, I'm gonna try my hand at English, please. Rassie, can I just ask you a question? Do you perhaps know why the coach have decided to name the team on Thursday and not possibly on a Monday?
Let's go, Percy. Let's go, Percy, with the right questions. Why are you naming the team on Thursday? Come. Because apparently naming it on Tuesday, it fits everything of the week. If you don't want it, the team knows. Does the team not know? Didn't they find out yesterday?
Tuesday. And why has the coach or the selectors decided to to invite Faf? Because a layman like myself would have thought that you would have gone for Bongi when Nambi's not there. I would have thought you would have invited a hooker perhaps also to the squad.
Are you saying why the coach only?
You? Yeah, that was funny.
It's me. Percy. No, Percy. The first thing is Bongi. We didn't replace Bongi for Faf. Krappie's Morre actually has a bit of a niggle, which is looking good. And we just got Faf in for precautionary on that, so he wasn't. Bongi wasn't subbed by Faf. Bongi's there's some illness in his family, and so he'll join us as quickly as he can. If we get through this game without the injury at hooker, of course, what's his name? Jan Hendrik can also cover for us at hooker, and we've got Marnus, and we've got obviously Malcolm. So Jan Hendrik obviously also cover one for us as well. So we just wanted to make sure if we get in, if Morne's niggle was a little bit more serious than we thought it was. So no, we could have toured with only 34 guys, but we came with 36, but we didn't have a fourth scrum half. So no, it wasn't alike. And then why we announced the team now, well, we're not quite sure what New Zealand will put out there. The honest answer there is, we think we'll have a little bit more of a benefit by only naming it on Thursday when they are naming it, just because it's a little bit of an unknown. Most of the other teams we could have more or less guessed.
Listen, he's still the doctor, okay? He's still the doctor. But you need to read between the lines, mate. Here, lines, you need to be able to read here. So he's saying he named the team on Monday against Australia because he could guess who Australia were going to pick. How? They went on to pick a number 10 that they had in the squad, but did not even get a sniff of the British and Irish. How would he have known? Come on. Yes, you would have known that Nick Frost is going to start. I told you he would. And I told you he's going to steal the lineouts. And he did. So Brody is saying he's only releasing the team Thursday because he wants to see what New Zealand are going to do. Hey, does change who he picks according to New Zealand? This is some interesting stuff.
A little bit of an unknown. Most of the other teams we could have more or less guessed or got a guesstimate what the team looked like. And yeah, we see that the game is such a big game that maybe the best thing for also New Zealand not to be able to analyze us that.
No, it's what? Fair chat, because that is what we've always been saying, is that this guy, Russell, will show his hand on Tuesday. These guys have Tuesday, Wednesday, and a bit of Thursday to decide and to see and to watch these players that he's picked. They've got to analyze a Libok, to analyze a Mapimpio, maybe. Now it's fair game. And I also think Rassie is very much aware that if you a lot of the rugby stuff, you would have seen a lot of the rugby pundits in New Zealand. They are really calling for a lot of changes within the New Zealand team, especially the back three. There's been questions about, is Jody a centre? Should be at fullback? Rico does he have a position in the team? Apparently he's not a centre, and when he's at wing, apparently can't catch high balls. So a lot of things going on with the selection of, yeah. Me, I'm agreeing. Yes,
that's why we're announcing it only on Thursday.
Golf?
PMD offers comprehensive car insurance that you can trust.
Yo, telling you, mate. Telling you.
Carly.
Come on, Carly.
Hallo Rassie, dit is RG, is Carly van Marula Media hier. Hoop dit gaan goed daar by julle. Ja, ons was baie wat ek eerder
aan die saak as hulle 100% hanteer raak. Is om kan 'n toets in kon ons gedruk om te. Yeah.
How much did their achievements inspire you guys to revive? The Springbok women revived.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
How much did their achievements inspire you guys to go and make history at Eden Park on Saturday?
Yeah, first of all, I actually got up 3 o'clock last night to watch it. It was awesome to watch, and congratulations to everybody in that environment. Also, SA Rugby for what they're doing well. Our Springbok women, and first time we've reached the quarterfinals. I know it's probably going to be New Zealand or France now in the quarterfinals, so that's pretty tough.
It's New Zealand or Ireland.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations, and it does inspire us. For us here at Eden Park, it will make New Zealand as desperate as we are. We are really desperate. We don't win here often. And not even to mention Eden Park. I mean, I don't think any of us were born when the last 1 year. So for us, it is a motivational thing, but it will motivate New Zealand even more and make them more desperate. So I think it's two teams that's really. I think you'll see some guys who puts everything out there from both teams. I think if I say that, Australia will say, "Yeah, we beat you guys 2 weeks ago. Now you say this is our biggest game." There's a big rivalry between us and New Zealand, and a healthy one. Since I can remember, since I watched when we weren't allowed to play international rugby. The New Zealand games were the big ones that we all watched when we were small boys, and then 1995 was obviously big. So, I played in World Cup final 1999, not final, third and fourth place playoff against them. So no, there's a big history and got tremendous respect for them. So to say it's the biggest game will be a slap in the face of the other teams who beaten us. I mean, Argentina beat us last year proper. Ireland has beaten us since. But yes, there's a specialness between us and New Zealand, and yeah, it's a big game.
Come on, Nate.
Thank you very much, Zina. Rassie, good day. In New Zealand, the All Blacks obviously missing a few key players. I mean, have you been scouting, or have you been looking at how they will be looking or which they'll be bringing out this weekend, considering they're missing a few players who played in the NPC last weekend?
It's a fast. That's why I was honest in saying that's why we're only announcing our team was on Thursday. I know they're a team that's thorough, analyze, and profile players and a lot. And we've unsure on what team we'll put out. We really not. I guess one can look at the injury list and think they might have some trouble. But I mean, we've got Kirtley out, Edwell out, and I don't want to mention a bunch of Asanati is not here. There's quite a lot of players of us that are also not available. So I think there will be a little bit of an unknown in both teams going into this match. And I guess by only announcing it on Thursday, it's a little bit more evened out. We all have to do a little bit of extra work and guessing.
Do I smell a start for Ethan Hooker? Smells like a sharky, mate.
A little bit. I know Antonina Brown played this weekend. There's a couple of guys that played this weekend. Caleb, I thought he might be in the mix, but I listened to comments in the press conference. Doesn't sound like he'll be in the mix. So it's a bit of a guess, but whatever team they put out there, we'll know it will be one hell of a good and a desperate team.
Last online question. What's it? Ella. What's her name? Sorry, guys. Elite athlete.
That's me, Zina, Adnan. I don't even remember from the last time. Thanks, Zina, and Rassie and Ergia. Rassie, I think the question was asked, but this game has been touted as the biggest game since the World Cup. And so you've answered that to a certain extent, but with all respect to the other teams that you played against, do you agree with that statement? And also, has the dynamics changed since the World Cup with regards to the composition of the team and where you are at now?
The composition of the New Zealand team or our team?
Yeah, I'm like, what competition? What team, bro? Come on.
Both sides.
Yeah, I think first in the World Cup final, that's a must win. And now we're more or less in the same position. I think if others want to win the rugby championships, these next two games are pretty vital. So I guess it's more or less the same as in the World Cup final. I don't think we must forget that they did get a red card in the World Cup final, which made it a little bit easier for us to play against 14 men. I know we also had 2 yellow cards, but it will be at home, away in New Zealand, and it's not on neutral ground. So no, for us, it's a massive game. It's also to play against them here, and currently those number 1 and 2 teams in the world, and I guess just world ranking wise, it's not to say we are number 1 and 2 in the world. Currently with world rankings. But no, that's why I think it's a nervy week, both teams. There's pressure in both camps. Some people will say we are struggling to find a bit of rhythm. Internally, we think we're getting there. They just came from a loss. So both of us is from 2 in the last 2 matches. So no, it's a massive game. But it's difficult to say it's the biggest game, the World Cup final, because we've lost a few. So, but a massive game, massive game.
Thanks,
Thank you very
guys.
much,
Good luck.
guys. That wraps up the online section. So I'm going to stop recording and we will continue with the news conference on this side.
Zina, we saw how you look like Zina. You're not supposed to appear Zina. You're supposed to be the ghost lady.